Welcome back to the Olive Oil Critic. I'm Emily Lycopoulos, and I am so excited to be able to share this specific olive oil with you today. This oil is Canada's one and only. This is the 2022 harvest from the olive farm. So you can see I could not resist. I had to open and taste it when I first received this oil, but this is Canada's only. There's only one olive oil producing grove in Canada, and this is from Salt Spring Island. So there's a south-facing slope on Salt Spring Island in British Columbia, Canada, and it is warm and it drains really well. It has good soil for us, although the olives tend not to like rich soil. They're doing their best on that south-facing slope where it's sunny and warm, and like I said, it has good drainage. And so the olives now are about 10 years old. That's when the grove was planted, was just over 10 years ago, and there's a variety of trees on the property. So this oil is a Tuscan blend. Most of the trees are Maurino, Moriolo, Leccino, and Frantoio, which are also quite cold weather hardy. So they can withstand cooler temperatures compared to a lot of other cultivars, which is really nice. But they also have some Picual, Arbequino, Ascolano on the property as well. And so this is a traditional field blend. They pick everything that they can because there aren't that many trees. There's only a few hundred on the property. And because they're just getting established, pulling out of that juvenile period right now, there isn't a ton of production. And of course, it is limited because it's Canada and there are so many challenges with growing olives here in this northern country. So I am so proud of Sherry and George and all of the dedication and work and love that they put into this olive grove because it is far from easy. It is a labor of love, and goodness, those trees are loved. So I cannot wait to share this oil with you because it is absolutely delightful. Let's give it a sniff. Oh, arugula, fresh artichoke, not cooked artichoke at all. Bitter green, lots of herbaceous aromatic greens as well in this in the nose here. You can definitely smell a little bit of the green apple peel from the Leccino. And again, like rosemary, oregano, thyme, lots of those aromatic culinary herbs coming right off the nose, and lots of arugula. You can really smell those bitter greens. So let's give it a taste. It's so rich. It's almost, yeah, like chewing into a bitter green salad. You've got notes of kale, that arugula comes straight through. Again, you've got that ripe, fresh artichoke, a little bit of tomato leaf, but not a lot. It's mostly apple peel and lots of aromatic herbs, some beautiful bitter green notes. And it warms. I find that it hits on the sides of your palate really well, and then it warms through the back of your palate. A beautiful green peppercorn, black peppercorn finish, a hint of capsicum, but it's not overwhelming. It's really well balanced. The aromatics in the nose really pair well with the flavor profile on your tongue, how it develops, how it changes over time. There, I'm getting some rosemary, with almost a little bit of kelp in there. It's very umami. There's lots happening in this oil. It's very savory, lots of bitterness, but it's not overwhelming bitterness. It's just a real present, round, beautiful flavor profile. Again, with that warming black peppercorn, green peppercorn freshness on the back of your palate that goes all the way down to about your sternum, I would say. And then it just kind of warms back up again. This oil is spectacular, especially for all of the challenges that they've experienced over this specific harvest season and year. These olives were harvested middle to the end of November in 2022 and then milled immediately. They did their best to pick and then extract the oil as quickly as possible. And so because of that, again, you have a really high quality product. But this is a beautiful oil. It's a beautiful example of a Tuscan blend and would be beautiful and so delicious on top of burrata with some fresh tomatoes. I'd love it over roasted vegetables. I don't know if I'd want to use it in a salad dressing, but you definitely could. It'd be amazing drizzled on goat cheese. It would also be really good in a gremolata, in a pesto drizzled over drizzled over cheese, fresh pasta. It'd be delightful over a caponata, something a little bit spicy with some peppers and eggplant. It would be really yummy in a variety of different pasta sauces, from creamy ones all the way to spicy and tomato based. There's lots of versatility with this oil because of the complexity of it. Anything that's going to have those aromatic herbs, those bitter green notes, this would be a perfect pairing. I make a citrus endive salad, and this oil would be so delicious. It's just a drizzle of oil and a drizzle of sherry vinegar, and then segmented citrus fruit kind of set into boats. And the boats are the endive leaves, and then you just put the citrus fruit in, drizzle the oil, and a little bit of sherry vinegar to add a pop of acid on top and add a little bit of sweetness alongside orange and grapefruit. Touch of lime in there really brightens it. And if you want to add a crunch, some toasted hazelnuts would be delicious as well. And this oil would be absolutely spectacular on top of a salad like that. But there's so much complexity in this oil. I'm still tasting it. These trees are loved. You can tell this oil is very cared for and was lovingly created, and very intentionally created. And you can taste that from the very beginning to the very end of the finish. So I hope you enjoyed this oil from the olive farm on Salt Spring Island, Canada's one and only extra virgin olive oil. And I hope that you can find it and have a taste as well. Enjoy your day. And thank you so much for learning a little bit more about olive oil with me.